All right, good to see y'all. I'm back. But fortunately, I'm not speaking today. So you're in a treat today as Dee Ann Turner from Chick-fil-A is here to speak to us. Dee Ann served for 33 years on staff at Chick-fil-A until she took early retirement. And I might add, very early retirement. Correct, Dee Ann? She started back in the 80s. She got to work hand in hand with Truett Cathy. She was the first female officer in our company. And she then served as the Vice President of Human Resources and really set the bar high for Chick-fil-A. And a lot of the success we have today is because of Dee Ann, because she selected all the operators. So thank you for your great work, Dee Ann. In addition to that, Dee Ann has been married for 35 years. She has 3 grown children. She is an author of a best-selling book, and she's going to talk about this today. But most importantly, she's my friend. So Dee Ann, come on up here and welcome to the summit.
You might recognize this image behind me. It's an enhanced satellite image of Hurricane Harvey. It's pretty terrifying from this perspective, isn't it? Actually, it's terrifying from any perspective if you were there. Harvey made landfall 3 times in 6 days in the last days of August and September of 2017. In fact, at its peak on September 1st, 2017, 1/3 of Houston was underwater. 24 inches of water fell in the first 24 hours. During its lifespan, this is the number that totally blew me away. 33 trillion gallons of water fell on Houston and the surrounding areas. Many people found themselves trapped in rising floodwaters. Such was the case of a couple named J.C. and Karen Spencer. They were in their home and the water was rising and they didn't know what they were going to do. So they called the local police, but the lines were busy. They called 911, but they certainly couldn't get through to them. So what did they do? Well, they did exactly what any of us would do. They called their local Chick-fil-A restaurant. Is this even logical? Well, it's logical if you consider there's something else going on in this restaurant besides just great food and courteous service. You see, there's a culture, a remarkable culture that creates emotional connections and generates trust and generates a sense of loyalty. Loyalty so significant that people visit and they expect more than just great food and courteous service. They expect an experience. And that's what a remarkable culture looks like. So you might be wondering, how did Chick-fil-A do it? What strategy did they use to create an organization like the one that they had that would give you a story like this one about the Spencers and a team member named Jeff Urban? Well, of all the infinite choices and priorities and goals and initiatives that Chick-fil-A could have chosen to focus on, they pursued the most important decisions that a leader makes. If you're looking for a recipe of creating a remarkable culture, then I'll share with you what I've learned. And Truett Cathy himself taught me this again and again and again. People decisions are the most important decisions that a leader makes. They can be game changers and game breakers to your organization. Creating a remarkable culture requires intentionality, vision, and understanding of this statement. Culture is the soul of the organization. You see, what Chick-fil-A did was create a remarkable culture. They selected extraordinary talent like Jim and the other Chick-fil-A franchisees that you know. And they selected better talent and taught them great principles. They didn't give them a bunch of rules. They said things like make second mile second nature. Go above and beyond what people expect. And so the next thing we knew, we're getting messages that they're changing tires and jumping off dead batteries and going dumpster diving for discarded dental appliances and sending boats in the middle of a hurricane. That's what happens when you create a culture like that. Set for your people a challenging mission. Choose what your most dear beliefs are and make them demonstrated core values that you live out day in and day out. If you do these things, then I believe this. I believe that someday, somewhere, somehow, someone will tell stories about your organization just like the ones I told today. It's really up to you. But I encourage you, go be remarkable.